Marco, for folks that are not aware of the Stefanini Group, what are you up to?
Okay. Stefanini is, I started the company 40 years ago as IT services.
Okay.
That's, we manage always with the CIOs, the IT directors, like application development, IT infrastructures. 15 years ago, we started our own digital transformation and we invest in different areas, always, of course, in technology, in digital specific subjects.
Right.
Marketing, cyber, data, manufacturing, automation, AI. That this is after between 10 and 15 years ago, now all of these business units are very mature. And I can say that's our job today is integrate all of these structures to offer an end-to-end solution for the client.
You also have a very interesting origin story, your book, Son of Crisis. How did that build your resiliency, for want of a better word?
Good question. Thanks for your kind words. That's yes. As you said, I grew up in a place we had a lot of crises, economic crisis for one side, most of them Brazilian, some of them later a global crisis. Now it's more common global. It's interesting. And in parallel, we had a lot of big change in technology. I started almost 40 years ago. That's with mainframes, the big computers. Then, of course, notebooks and others. Then internet, digital transformation, AI. The combination is not easy. That's is our asset today. One of our largest, maybe most important asset is clear the resilience.
We're here at Hannover Messe. I'm a European guy. I drink a lot of the European Kool-Aid. From your outside-in Europe perspective, what's going on with manufacturing today, with all the technologies that are coming at people? What's happening in the world in manufacturing from your perspective?
It's a good question. What we realize is that Europe is under three big threats. One is more geopolitical from US, military from Russia, but maybe the most important is from economic side, that's from China. In my view, that's the largest impact in Europe is Germany. You can say mainly in the last 5 years. Then, of course, Germans, they always have a wonderful history about their quality, the process. It's a very precise society. But the last years, they are facing a little bit challenges about not only Chinese perspective, but also for digital solution. I think that Germany maybe they have to change faster their mindset because the world is changing. They have to adapt. I think they are in the transition phase.
May I ask, like again, coming from Brazil, and I think you're in 30-something countries worldwide. In Brazil, in other Latin America, what's going on with digitalization there? And industrial AI is a huge topic.
Okay,
here
I can compare. We are today very spread. I just came last month from China.
Okay.
Asia is always hungry people, very fast. Not only China, Asia in perspective, yes. And we see this, smart guys, wise guy, okay. Latin America is, as we talked about, that is more emergent countries, more crisis affected. Then we are usually a faster adopter,
True.
Mainly in the digital side. Europe is like they are, as you have, of course, a better quality of life in general for the people. You are more stable countries, that you are less open to change. That you are. And the last years, the world is changing. Yes?
There's a lot more disruption than we'd like.
Yes, that is more. I joke that I dreamed in the past that Brazil could be like a developed country, more stable. But what I'm seeing now is the opposite. The developed country seems Brazil is an unstable country. That's unfortunately. But it's part of the game. Then I understand that I think that sometimes the combination of cultures is great. For example, clearly Europeans are very great in terms of planning.
Okay.
That's great. Usually emerging countries, they are fast in execution. Asia, Latin America. Combination is good, yes, but it's difficult, yes.
True.
Like European Union, that is very powerful, but it's not easy because when I talk about
France,
Europe,
Germany, Spain are very different.
Very different. There is not Europe is not one country.
I agreed.
But again, no other alternative. For me, I'm always push. I'm always support. I'm very supportive in terms of integration, society integration, economy integration, others.
Anything that surprised you this week, or any takeaway that you've seen that you're reinforcing some of your thinking?
I think that not surprised, but I was here 12 years ago, and now I come back. Yes.
Okay.
Of course, I see some changes, but always it's interesting to come here to see how impressive it is, this event. Yes. How powerful is the German manufacturing, and also European inside that you can see other countries also participate.
Yep.
Even we are talking about some challenges but still we have a great asset. How to leverage this better these assets? That is, I think. But I'm the person that I love. I can say that I'm more frontline obsession guy. That I love to feel the front, and to participate here is always a great opportunity for me.
Well, as I said, I was fascinated to come chat to you because I have the European Kool-Aid, and I see what's great about Europe, and I see what we're not great at. But just getting an outside perspective and your comments on how you see it in Brazil, and then how we were very stable, and now we're not dealing with that instability as well as we could. That is a fascinating point of view.
I think that's maybe my message for European. Maybe you can see in a more positive point of view. I love to say, as I'm an entrepreneur, I try to see always a half full glass, not a half empty glass. Usually the European, I a little bit more pessimist. That's you have a great asset, good talent pool. Of course, you have a lot of challenge, but everybody has. It depends on how you face this. Yes.
Well, it was a key topic at the opening ceremony. We had the German Chancellor and talking about, look, yeah, there's challenges. The world is not as it used to be, but we have to look at what we can do and do it faster and adapt. Yes. Otherwise, no one's going to do it for us.
Yeah, as you said, for example, in the open ceremony, your chancellor, yes, mayors, talk about the energy challenge.
Yeah.
For example, this week, Financial Times published that you have opportunity to save around 70% of the energy consumption. We are talking about energy efficiency only with smarter data usage. It's no big capex. This is a good example how to see the half full glass. Yes. These are 70% is huge.
Then all the gigawatts we need for AI factories and
with the asset you already have, the data, but changing the mindset that this is. But it's wonderful. Yes, that's we have a challenge, but we have some good alternatives.
Well, for folks that know me, I spend my time looking at the technology, and I always say the technology is the easy bit. It's people, and human nature is sometimes the challenge.
Great message. That's today, when we are talking about AI, for example, Stefanini's worked with AI 14 years. The largest barrier or the largest challenge by far is change management, is mindset, is not technology. Today, AI is quite easy to use. And sometimes we are discussing with some of our manufacturing clients, it's not what means everything autonomous, because there are a lot of risks. No, we can automate a lot of things supervised by humans. That is a long road and positive road in my perspective.
Yeah, no, I still think we're only scratching the surface with how we can use industrial AI, physical AI, all the technologies. But as I say, I think us humans need to catch up.
Yes.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you. Have a great event for you.
You too. Thanks very much.
Thank you.